Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Universally Speaking, where today we look at the upcoming pay-per-view extravaganza, Judgment Day. But before we dive into the matches, we have some breaking news that will potentially change the entire landscape of the event and rock the O2 Arena to its very core. Shane McMahon tweeted from a live event this week and said that the match between Big Cass and Sting will now have enormous stakes. Not only if Sting wins, will he face Rusev in the main event for the WWE Championship, but the general manager has deemed that if Big Cass wins, he will now get a WWE Championship match against Rusev. And this prompted an outburst from the champion backstage, which our cameras managed to catch as McMahon and Rusev engaged in a heated exchange that prompted the general manager to take it into his private office, but our cameras were able to pick up the audio from the conversation, and here it is. So as you can see, Rusev is not happy, but it certainly appears Shane McMahon has a plan in place to ensure that neither Sting nor Big Cass become champion. And speaking of Big Cass and Sting, that match will open the show and we will find out straight away who will be heading to the main event. Will it be Sting or will it be Big Cass? Get your predictions in down below. We now get to another of the enormous title matches for the event when Hideo Itami defends his United States Championship against fellow countryman Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura won the right to face Hideo when he defeated Dean Ambrose in the brutal last man standing match at Vengeance. Since then, it has been a tension-filled month for the pair, who appear to be very respectful of one another, but you get the feeling once the bell rings, all bets are off. Another tension-filled encounter will be the fatal four-way match for the Intercontinental Championship when Braun Strowman puts the belt on the line against three of the best in-ring competitors in the world. Strowman has been a dominant force on SmackDown Live and it will look to continue that, but there has never been a bigger risk to his championship than having to defend it against Samoa Joe, Roderick Strong and Cesaro, and also the scenario that Strowman doesn't even have to be part of the pinfall or submission to lose the belt. The last of the championship matches for the night will take place when the Lone Warriors put the tag team championships on the line against two members of D-Generation X, the Authors of Pain. These two teams have engaged in out-of-control brawls, sneak attacks and vicious beatings, but one thing is for sure, neither team is going to take a step back when it comes to fighting for the gold. While the championship matches stop there, the action certainly doesn't, when women's champion Emma finally gets the chance to get her hands on Sasha Banks, Summer Rae and Carmella. Sasha's friends have caused chaos in recent months and has threatened to take over both Raw and SmackDown, but that's not going to be an easy task when Bayley and Becky Lynch get involved as well. These six women promise to steal the show at Judgment Day, and I'm willing to bet this has combustible written all over it. Speaking of combustible, does it get any more chaotic than the next match we're going to talk about? Two more members of D-Generation X, Triple H and Big E Langston, will team up to try once and for all to dismantle Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. The numbers game has become a real factor for Ambrose and Rollins, who self-admittedly say they haven't exactly made a lot of friends along the way. But that won't stop these two pit bulls from trying to tear through yet another portion of D-Generation X. But will the numbers game play a factor again? We'll have to tune in and see. The final match that we're going to talk about today is perhaps the most intriguing battle on this stacked card. Apollo Crews returns to pay-per-view action when he takes on the glorious Bobby Roode in a singles match. Rude has gotten under the skin of both Apollo and World Champion Bray Wyatt, who is due to face Apollo Crews at the Royal Rumble for the World Heavyweight title. But does he have what it takes to be elite on the night? We will have to wait and see once Judgment Day rolls around. So that's the card, ladies and gentlemen, and I think you'll agree that it's one of the more stacked events we've seen here on the channel. Make sure notifications are on and you are subscribed so you don't miss a second of Judgment Day. And for Murph's YT13, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.